Right, it's not often that Manchester United lose a game and we leave the stadium feeling somewhat positive. I think there's loads of positives from that performance, if I'm honest with you. You're never sure what you're going to get first game of the season playing against a team of the quality of Arsenal. But I think we were very, very, very good. I thought we was really, really good in terms of our intensity, our pressing, our commitment. Actually, and even tactically, the way that we set up by design. You kept getting big isolations of Mbeumo on the far side, big switches of play. And I just think the game plan was absolutely spot on. The reason why we've lost the game today is because of the same thing we've been saying all summer, the same problem position, the goalkeeper. A penny for KG's thoughts right now, because this guy has goalkeeper at the top of the list, and I know he's going to be doing a madness saying, I told you, I told you, I told you. But it's Bayern. I don't know what the hell he's thinking from that corner. Before that corner, Man United were completely in control of the game. Arsenal couldn't get out of first gear. They couldn't even really get out of their half or get into a groove because we didn't allow them to. I thought our pressing was very, very good. And you know what? All I've got is positives to say from the performance. Let's talk about the individuals. Mason Mount, mate. Mason Mount. I mean, that's the best I've seen him play in a Manchester United shirt. Isn't it though? Mason Mount was good. That looked like the Mason Mount that was at Chelsea. Obviously, there's a long way to go. It's one game. But he was very, very good. Bryan Mbeumo, every time he got the ball, you could tell Calafiori didn't want to see him. Skipping past people, he was direct, he was quick, he was strong, he was powerful. He was just a nuisance the whole game. And that gives us that freshness, and that's exactly why we've gone for the type of player like him. Matheus Cunha today as well, taking the ball on a half turn, taking a couple players out of the game, driving with the ball. Again, you can see exactly what he's about. And I want to talk about the defenders. Listen, we all got our feelings on Luke Shaw. How is he still here? Always injured. He shouldn't be here anymore. But one thing I've always said, and if you know Luke Shaw, it's not hard to say it, when he is fit, which obviously is nowhere near good enough, when he's fit, he's a good player. He's a very good player. And he was very, very good today. I want to give a shout out to Matthijs de Ligt as well. Because you know what? Yeah, Ruben Amorim, yeah? I could tell. You know when you can just see a player's performance and you go, I know what the manager said to you. Ruben Amorim has said, Matthijs, come here. You see him, you see Victor. I'm telling you now, you need to be on him. You need to make sure he doesn't turn. You need to give him a baptism of fire to the Premier League. And Victor Gyökeres will walk off that pitch there after getting substituted, by the way, for Havertz and say, it's true what they say, actually. It's not like Portugal. This ain't the same thing. So Matthijs de Ligt was excellent. Lenny Yoro, I thought, was excellent. Patrick Dorgu, how much has he improved? He was fantastic. Had a shot that hit the post as well. And he was fantastic in pre-season. I was impressed with him. One of my biggest concerns going into the game when I saw the lineup was Casemiro. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm thinking, oh, Jesus Christ. Zubimendi's going to be running rings around him. Declan Rice, he's not going to be able to get near him. But Casemiro, man, he was good as well. He was good in transition. He hit a few passes in on the flip side of it when we won the ball back. He used the ball quite well. And actually, when Ugarte came on, you get reminded of all the things that Ugarte is not good at. And it's no surprise we've been trying to get Baleba, because the partner for Bruno is we don't currently have it. Kobbie Mainoo not getting off the bench today. You got to look at it. I mean, Amorim's struggling to find, the fact that he doesn't look to Kobbie Mainoo in this type of game is a little bit worrying, if I'm honest. I think Kobbie's got to try and force his way into the team. Benjamin Sesko, listen, it would have been nice if he could have started, but Amorim saying, look, he needs to settle down. We're not at Carrington. We don't know how he's trained. Us as fans are like, listen, he has to play, just get him. And I was saying the whole week in the lead up to the game, you can't play a false nine against Arsenal. But actually, the reason why we lost this game wasn't because Dalot started instead of Ahmad. It wasn't because Casemiro was in there instead of Ugarte. And it wasn't because Benjamin Sesko didn't start. It was because Bayern effed it up. Like, that's it. That's the only truth about it. And I know we have lost the game and it's 0 points. And listen, the pressure's on, because if you go to Fulham and you're nearly men again and don't get the points, that's no points in 2. And then the pressure starts to build. But I think this season we're going to have to be really calm about, are we visually seeing an improvement in how the team is playing? That's one game down against a very good opposition. And off of this evidence, I would say yes, I saw an improvement. And it wasn't just that wasn't an improvement by just like passion, like just running after him, which is a bare minimum. That was an improvement by design. There was a few oohs and ahs when Bayern was playing balls down the middle of the pitch into Cunha. You know what I'm saying? And we go, oh, don't do that. But they were doing it. There was a couple of times when I think either De Ligt or Bruno was dropping deep to Bayern, and it goes into them and it goes out to Lenny Yoro at the right centre-back by design, and then we're off, we're playing. These are tactical things. And like when I spoke to the players on tour, what did the players say to us? They said, really, what Ruben Amorim is asking us to do, he hasn't really changed it. It's not like he's gone, right, we finished 15th, I'm abandoning all the principles, start doing something new, start doing it. The players aren't saying that. That would be more of a worry to me because this guy's held on to his principles the whole time. So if he just aborted them in the summer, I would probably be more worried. But the players are just playing in the system better, and lo and behold, we have 2 better players in Cunha and Mbeumo, and all of a sudden, the level in that area of the pitch goes up. So there's that you have to say, the manager's saying, I need time, I need to get my players. The first thing he does, he says, go and get me them 2. And instantly, we're better. The third thing he's tried to do, the third thing he did do is say, get me Benjamin Sesko. Bit early to say we were better with him, but he's a focal point, and you could see that he was trying to get involved, but the time will tell. The fourth thing he's trying to do is say, go and get me Baleba, go and get me midfielder. So we're aligned as fans and where they are about how we want to improve and where we want to take the team. I'm fine with that. Listen, it's about results. Like I said, if you go to Fulham and get tumped up and flipping Maniz scores and flipping Smith Rowe does us over, then we're going to be back here scratching our heads again. But as far as performances go against Arsenal, I can't remember the last time we performed like that against Arsenal. I'm looking at Saka, quiet. I'm looking at Declan Rice, quiet. I'm looking at, obviously, Gyökeres, stinker and hooked, really. What else, really? The standouts for Arsenal was the fact that Raya pulled off big saves, which he does. And look at Gabriel, like you say, he's a proper centre-half. So other than that, Arsenal didn't get going. Martinelli didn't do nothing. I would say this, though. The one criticism I would have of Amorim is the fact that when you look at it now, which you had to wait till the game to finish, is that Ahmad should have started the game. As soon as he was on, you could see what he's about. He's been playing at right wing back all the way through pre-season. Dalot didn't start once at pre-season, I don't think. Did he start once in pre-season? Yeah, but he didn't start like right wing back. He didn't start, did he? He didn't start. So I think Ruben Amorim probably, and I understand why, but it probably didn't work. He probably paid a bit too much respect to Arsenal to say, I don't want to go too attacking first game, don't want to get undone. But as soon as Ahmad come in, they may as well took Madueke back off again because he just got past him like he wasn't there. He was absolutely excellent. And the substitutions, again, really early, bringing on Ahmad. And then you see when Benjamin Sesko gets on the pitch, there's more of a focal point. I like that he kept Cunha and Mbeumo on, and there's more positives for us to build on. So overall, listen, we did lose the game. You don't want to lose games of football, especially to Arsenal. But there's a reason why, and I've seen a few of the Arsenal guys. There's a reason why they're not, look what we've done to you. They're just kind of, boy, lucky we got them 3 points. Let's just go home. Let's just get out of it. And listen, football's about winning. I'd rather be them today than us because it's about points. But we're coming from an awful place, a place where teams like Arsenal can destroy us. But they proved today that there's something there, there's something to work on. And I think today, out of losing, there's way more positives than there is negatives, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that.